Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. Some unexpected stuff here, but presumably some stuff that is on the less expensive side, which is nice. I haven't had enough of that stuff lately, and a lot of the budget knife world is pretty boring right now, right? There's not a whole lot of like, wow, right? There's some things, but it's still always nice to take a look at stuff that's on the less expensive side. So thank you so much to Sencut/Civivi for sending these in. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. These are most likely available, so I'll have them linked at what they are definitely available because December 22nd has passed. So I will link this stuff down in the description. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's up to you. Let's see here. First of all, the Socken, designed by Kyle Lamb, whose name I have heard before, but I can't put my finger on exactly which other designs are associated with him. Black G10 handle, black Stonewash Nitro V blade. So it might be, for a budget fixed blade, it might be on the more pricey side. For a second though, I thought the entire knife was in this. No, here's the knife. Okay. So this feels familiar. This feels very familiar. First of all, ridiculously comfortable. Second of all, this fixed blade has a pocket clip attached to it. I don't think I've ever seen, I've seen, blades that have fixed blades that have pocket clips attached to the sheath, but this has a pocket clip attached to the actual fixed blade, which is kind of cool, I guess. I'm going to try this real quick. That's not what I was expecting. Okay, I'm going to shove that whole thing in my pocket. Okay, yeah, I mean, it does work. I'm getting the whole thing stuck on my pocket. So here's how I would carry this. I would remove these completely, which is probably the intention. Now, this would hook on the way out, maybe. Why is the sheath shaped like that? Why is this here? That's odd. I don't know. For me personally, I'm sure that there's a reason, right? A lot of times I overlook this stuff because I legitimately don't know. But for me personally, I would remove these, and I would probably shave this down so that it doesn't get caught on the way out. Unless it's designed to get caught so that this stays in your pocket and the knife comes out. Perhaps. Right? Is this like a tactical knife? Maybe? I don't know. So if I'm trying to imagine, we're pulling, and then this gets caught on my pocket so the knife comes out. Maybe that's the reason. Okay, well, maybe so. I don't know. You guys tell me. This is just an unboxing. We're not reviewing it today, so I don't know. Yeah, that's cool. I'm fearful of looking at the price tag, though, because of there being a designer involved and because the blade is Nitro V. That typically is used as a reason to jack the price up. The two parties involved, the price is going to be higher in general. Yeah, see, that's kind of what I was worried about. $89. $90 is not, for a pocket knife and on this, in this neck of the woods, that's not a lot of money for a pocket knife, but, or a knife like this. But let's be real. This is just one piece of material for the blade. There's no pivot, right? If you're newer, it's very easy to assume that a fixed blade would be more valuable because it is more capable, right? It's one piece. It's not nearly as, it's not as limited in terms of what it is capable of doing. Fixed blades are more durable than a folding knife made of the same dimensions, right? But in reality, fixed blades are far less expensive to create in general. If we're talking apples to apples, right? A production folding Civivi knife made with Nitro V, right, and similar materials is going to be more expensive to create than the equivalent fixed blade, right? So I'm not saying all fixed blades, right, because you could have a handmade custom fixed blade that's got over 100 hours of work in it. Obviously, that's going to cost more money, despite the fact that it might not be that much more functional than a standard production fixed blade that takes a machine 10 minutes to make. It's not really. It's going to take longer than that. But does that make sense? So Yes, it's Nitro V. Yes, Nitro V tends to be on the more expensive side in terms of steels that you typically see under $100, right? And, yeah, it's nice looking. The G10 on there is nice. I mean, we've got a little bit of extra going into this. And there are two parties involved, both Civivi and the gentleman who designed this knife. Does that justify a $90 price tag? No. No. I don't think so. So I think this is not. We're not pointing the finger at the designer here. We're pointing the finger at Civivi or We Knives, who has just been sort of out of control with their pricing. So this is not nearly as dramatic as them charging $100 more than what their knife should be. Like when we see a lot of their premium stuff, like the prices are just ridiculous. No, this is probably like $20 to $30 out of line, in my opinion. But okay, I mean, honestly, like that aside, the pricing aside, this is actually a really cool fixed blade. I like it. It's very comfortable. I don't feel like I'm going to drop it. This weird little knobby thing back here kind of looks like I don't know. It kind of looks like a dong. But it definitely is comfortable for sure. The pocket clip thing is a little odd. I'm not sure what I think about that, but it's kind of interesting. I've never seen that before. So, okay, let's go ahead and open up the Sencut. The Sencuts tend to be extremely underwhelming, but that's okay because they are typically at a price point where it doesn't really matter, and I don't necessarily expect them to be extravagant. So, this is called the Sylor. Gray G10 handle, black D2 blade. Okay, D2. Alrighty, what do we got here? What do we got? We have, this is kind of nice. We have some textured G10 full steel liners. We have the steel pocket clip. We have probably just a painted or something similar blade. Very, very simple, very straightforward, right? Nice design, really, really well made. A lot of people, would say, why would I pay more money for a Sencut when I could go and get the Ozark Trail D2 knife for $10 or $15? Anybody, literally anyone, it doesn't have to be a knife reviewer or somebody who's super familiar with knives. The moment that you pick these up, you go, oh, okay. There's a huge difference, right? There's a huge difference. This is why, right? If you are legitimately limited to $15, if you are that limited, the only knife that I would recommend to you is probably the Ozark Trail, this D2 one, right? Is there a reason to bump up to at least the $30 tier? Yes, because knives are that much better and will last you that much longer. I mean, this thing, we have a wonky blade grind. We have, despite the fact that the pivot is tightened down correct. Like if I tighten this more, the blade won't move, right? We have blade play, and there's a number of other little fit and finish issues here. And I would venture to guess that the heat treatment is probably not consistent. We probably do have some HRC ranges, or, like we probably have some blades that would test out okay for HRC, and we would probably have other ones that are wildly low, right? So, to those people, I would say save your money, right? If it takes you an additional 6 months to save, I'm not trying to come down on anybody. If it takes you 6 months to save an additional $15 and buy a $30 pocket knife, I would do that. Now, is this a $30 pocket knife? Probably not. Should it be? Yes. Because Migron can do exactly the same thing, and they can charge $30 for it. And they are also a Chinese production company making knives with literally the exact same execution, right? Very, very good tolerances. So let's find out what Sencut wants for this. As per usual, we ignore completely the MSRP because that is trivial. They want, it's not bad, $39. I was prepared to come down on them. I thought they were going to charge $50. $39 is not bad. I don't think that's a bad price at all. This is fine. I can't complain too much. It's a very straightforward pocket knife. But here's the truth. If you like this knife, right? Thumb stud, flipper combination, medium size. Actually, I bet that's closer to 8 inches. 7.75 is probably what it's coming in at. I am so freaking good at this. 7.75 is what we're looking at. This is fine. This is completely fine. If you like this knife, Sencut has literally over 100 knives that are almost the same thing, right? So there's nothing wrong with this. But is it worth saving? Like, I mean, I don't know why I'm choosing this video to talk about this, right? Is the Ozark Trail D2 whatever knife for $15? Is it a good knife? It's okay. It's fine. Like it'll be okay. Maybe it'll last you for a few years. Maybe it'll kind of wobble itself apart. The blade will cut stuff. It's probably not going to be perfectly consistent in terms of heat treatment. There's nothing super duper special there, right? If you buy that and it's working for you, then great, right? Is there a reason to save your money a little bit and bump up to something like this Sencut knife here? Yeah, I think the Sencut has superior cutting geometry. And while their heat treatment for D2 is likely 59 to 61, the nice thing about that is not only are you getting a superior factory edge and superior edge geometry, that is factually true, you're also going to have at least a consistent heat treatment within that range, right? So it will still perform, very well. On top of that, the action is it is immediately apparent that the action is just better. Like this, you can hear. Oh, God. This was brand new, by the way, guys. This is brand new. I know. So it's fine. Like if you have this and it's like your favorite knife, like don't let me take that away from you, right? But all the way around, everything feels better. Like this is better execution, the materials feel better, all of that. So yes, maybe not necessarily this particular $40 Sencut, right? But there are plenty of knives between $30 and $40. In fact, like literally hundreds of knives between $30 and $40 that I would recommend. So if you're newer and you're wondering like where does it kind of start? In my opinion, after handling thousands of pocket knives, it doesn't really start to get good. Some of the least expensive knives that I would actually recommend to people they start right at about $28, right? But Sencut makes a good knife for around $40. So anyways, cool stuff. Glad to have some budget options to show. This fixed blade is very intriguing. I wish it wasn't so expensive relative to other things that are available at that same price point. But okay. We will review the folding knife. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if you'll get a review on this. It's pretty simple. You might actually see one on the fixed blade. We'll see. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.